17 years old, and I have a questions for Brooklyn and Bailey.
$5 million Braille hats. Whoa! Thanks, team. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Amy. Hey guys, it's Brooklyn and Bailey, and we are at the Maverick Live, and we are still having so much fun.
A blast.
Later today, we're going to be on a panel discussing the future
with Allie Simpson.
Yes, we're so excited about that too. It's been a great day, and we can't wait for more. Hey guys, it's Brooklyn and Bailey, and we're going to tell you a little bit about the Maverick app. So basically, you have challenges presented that you and other girls can participate in and respond to, and then when you see those challenges, you can badge them, basically telling them they're either
creative, daring. There's all these different badges that you can give people for their responses and their challenges.
A great way for girls to support other girls and, you know,
inspire each other.
It's really amazing.
Maverick Live. Seriously, I tried my best. I'm so excited to be a part of Maverick because I get to share my input to all the girls who might be listening. I see Maverick as a place to show off and express your creativity, build new relationships, find super supportive community.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing. Let's do our thing. Let's change the world.
Oh, darling, I've been missing you quite some time. So I'm gonna live. Yes, I am a warrior. There's no need to worry now. Go out, discover your eyes. Close your eyes and taste the sun. You know what to find me.
I think it's really it's important to be vulnerable and authentic, but you're right, like in this Instagram, YouTube world, there are a lot of people that seem untouchable and seem like you could never be friends with them. Have started and you're really deep in this world. Would you encourage, you know, anybody who's not in it yet, would you encourage them to get into it, and what would you say to them, you know, the advice if they're wanting to get into making videos and being in the public eye like you guys?
It's definitely, there are a lot of people who accidentally, you know, put up a video and it goes viral, and in that video they were playing a character, they weren't being themselves, and then they had to continue doing that for years.
Because that's what people want to see, I guess.
Yeah, being somebody else. So be true to, and I mean, it's very stereotypical.
I've been a fan like since the beginning.
Yeah, but she has some like physical severe disorders, and we had no idea that we had this positive influence on her life and helped her get through some seriously hard times. And when we hear that, that's what motivates us.
Yeah, that's what keeps us going.
You know, there are hard days that we have, but we're able to positively influence people when we don't even know it's happening.
Yeah.
And so that's really motivating to continue to do what you do, if not for yourself, then for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super sweet. And you guys have clearly like accomplished so much and built incredible businesses for yourselves. But with big opportunity, I think comes really big responsibility. So do you guys feel at all any kind of pressure, like on a daily, to, you know, be the role model or be anybody that, you know, that somebody's expecting you to be?
You know, I think that's a good thing about our channel specifically, is because we based it on growing up with us, like real life, what it's like to be a girl every single day in just a normal day-to-day basis. And so I mean, there's always going to be social pressures to be a certain way, but that's one of the things that I'm glad that our channel is based off of, because if we do, for some reason, you know, like one day we fail a math test, or, you know, one day we get in a car crash, or something crazy like that, it's real life. And so I feel like we try very hard to destroy that like wall that people feel like there is between them and like this perfect Instagram life, or the perfect, we try to show people that, hey, like I've got this huge breakout on my face this week, and it's really bad, and you probably feel that too, or I failed this test, or I failed my driver's test. Everybody knows I failed my driver's test. Like things that make me real and just like kind of destroy that pressure to be perfect.
Yeah, I like that a lot, because I think it's really it's important to be vulnerable and authentic. But you're right, like in this Instagram, YouTube world, there are a lot of people that seem untouchable and seem like you could never be friends with them because they can't connect. But I think it's the opposite with you guys. I think that's why you built such a successful fan base, because you feel like everybody's friends, and I think that's a really special thing. And backstage we were talking a little bit about how you guys disconnect, or like how you stay grounded through like the success or being on social media every day. So what do you do to just zone out of this world for a bit?
We were talking about how like our family loves to go camping, and we like to go on cruises for vacation, because both of those things, like, really you don't have Wi-Fi access, and so you really have to be disconnected. And since our entire life is surrounding social media, sometimes it's nice to take a break and be able to disconnect and really just spend one-on-one time with people. And we always say, like, when you find people that you are spending good time with, you don't even think about looking at your phone or staying connected, or it's not your focus at all. And so it's just about finding that group of people you can surround yourself with that like make you want to disconnect and want to spend actual quality time with. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I'm the same, and I think just keeping your family around, and I think just putting your phone down is so key. And I think everybody that's been on stage today is saying that same kind of thing. Like, it is good to just disconnect for a moment in time, and so you don't lose yourself, because I think staying present is important. And then I also wanted to talk about, I mean, now that you guys have started and you're really deep in this world, would you encourage, you know, anybody who's not in it yet, would you encourage them to get into it, and what would you say to them, you know, the advice if they're wanting to get into making videos and being in the public eye like you guys?
It's definitely a wonderful place to be. I would encourage you to try it if you were up for it, but it definitely takes, like, you have to be super confident in who you are, and you have to be ready to take on, you know, some of the negative comments and the negativity that comes with it, and you have to be really prepared to be part of this world. But if you are, it's an amazing place to be. You have so many opportunities to meet so many amazing people and inspire so many girls or guys or anyone around the world. So it's a really amazing opportunity if you do want to try it, for sure. But there are some challenges that come with it that you have to be prepared for and going in. Yeah,
definitely. From that, I have two questions. One about the negativity, and then one about having the voice. Like, because you guys do have 5 million people watching you, is it, like, I mean, what do you think is like the best thing for you, like, to use your voice? Like, you have such a big voice. Like, what do you hope to inspire, and what do you hope to show, like, the rest of the world? Because I feel like with 5 million followers you can change the world. Like, what can you guys do now? You know, you have such a big platform. We're waiting for you guys to you know, to post every week, so I think that's cool. So what do you continue to hope to do inspiring wise?
I think our biggest thing is just to try to let girls, specifically girls, know that they can be confident and they have a voice and they can use it to stand up for whatever they want to believe in. And like we also like to put out the message of like being confident in yourself, and you may be different from everybody else that you know, but that doesn't make you wrong or bad or you know,
actually makes you quite cool.
It makes you quite cool. Does, yeah. Yes. And the label cool is not a specific thing. It's what you want to make it.
Yeah.
So it's just about being yourself and then being confident in who you are, and then using that confidence and your voice to stand up for messages that you believe in.
Yeah, I like that you said that, because I think there's such a stigma around the word cool. Like, what is cool at the end of the day? You know, I think that you can create your own cool, and everybody is their own individual person.
And if you think about it, like, the things that I think are cool are when I think someone's super confident about something they love.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Like someone who has really great music taste. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cool, but it's just because they really, really like their music. Yeah. They're so about that.
If it's not like the norm, or if someone's walking on stage and doing something crazy, out of the box, weird, I will look at that person and be like, I aspire to be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I just think that when you're doing something that you absolutely love, you know, it becomes cool to you because
Totally.
you're having fun and you're doing what you love, and so that's cool to you. It doesn't matter if it's not cool to somebody else. You know, I might really love reading, and that's really cool to me, but someone else that might be like the worst possible idea ever. But it's still cool.
But your passion for it.
Yeah, my passion for it shows,
Totally.
and that was.
I completely agree. And then when it comes to the negative side of things, you said that you do, you know, deal with negative comments, and it's just the same as, you know, going to high school and being bullied, or, you know, in any sense in life. So how do you guys deal with that? And does it ever actually get to you? Like, does it bother you sometimes?
I mean, we're still human. I mean, we're human,
Yeah.
and anytime we read negative comments, of course, it's always going to hurt a little bit, or, you know, it might offend us a little bit. But we've really learned over the years to kind of take a step back and look at it from the perspective of, how is that person feeling? You know, if they're lashing out on social media or through, you know, a username, then obviously something is going on in their life that's causing them to be so upset. You know, maybe they had a bad day.
To take it out on somebody else.
Yeah, maybe they're having something going on in their life, and so if we responded in a hateful way back, that only makes them sadder. You know, that only makes them feel worse than how they're already feeling.
Yeah.
And so that's why we typically either just leave it be, or we'll respond with positive comments, and we really try and encourage our audience to do the same.
I was about to say, like, we've kind of harbored that environment on our social platforms so much to the point where the consistent viewers and subscribers and whatever you want to call them, followers, they see that as well. And so sometimes when we get negative comments, they will go in and say, like, hey, are you having a bad day? And we've seen it. Literally been completely hands off and seen.
It's crazy.
And there was this one time I'm thinking of where we had somebody say a negative comment, and one of our little fans went in and said something about, like, oh, if you're having a bad day, like, my DMs are always open if you want to talk about it. Like, let's just try to stay positive. And the other girl actually came back and said, you know what, I would love to talk about it. And then they, like, became friends,
best friends
on social media, right?
And it was
like,
just
in our comments.
Oh my gosh, that's
incredible.
It was so amazing.
It was amazing, you know, just to really see what we've been thinking, you know, that the person who's commenting those hateful things might just be having a bad day, and it ended up, you know, actually coming to life and actually happening in that form, and just positively reinforcing back to them, you know, like, hey, it's okay, you don't have to lash out like this. It completely transformed the entire vibe of that person, you know?
Yeah, that's so cool, and that shows the sort of positive community that you guys have built. Like, you're literally seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
And you know, the influence you've had on those people, I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, and then bringing it back to, like, the social media side of things, because you guys have been doing social media for a while, have you seen much of a change, like, over the past couple of years in social media and social influencing? Like, what is that change, and how do you see it, like, evolving? Like, what comes next?
Oh man, I feel like over the years social media has definitely gotten younger. Like, a lot of the younger generations are more involved than how it used to be. Not that I'm, like, old and know everything, but I mean,
but it's true, because I mean, when I was young, like when I was like 11, 12, 13, I didn't have a phone. It just wasn't. But it's crazy how quickly that changed. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I just feel like a lot of the younger generation is more involved in, like, social media. And my little 7-year-old sister the other day played God's Plan and knew the words, and I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what that song was, and I was like, I am...
Your 7-year-old sister is on top of a drink.
Yeah, I was like, she's literally the top of the social media world right now, and she's 7, and I had no idea what that was.
Man.
And my life is social media, you know, it's just like, it's just slowly evolving to be younger and younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where do you think it's going to go, like, in the future, like in the next couple of years?
I definitely think that obviously it's going to keep, you know, being more accessible to more and more people. I think it'll become easier to get more involved in social media.